In this tutorial, we will make a housing body as shown on the screen. We will make use of Solidworks 2018 version. This housing body comprises of a square base, a cylindrical boss on top of it, a counterbore hole drilled through the top of the boss, a cavity or a shell in the base, a cylindrical boss protruding from the right face of the base, a hole drilled through the boss into the wall of the base, the sharp edges rounded off, to start with, we select the New under Standard toolbar, select Part Document, say OK. We start with the top plane to sketch the square for the base. We select Sketch. Under Sketch toolbar, we pick the corner rectangle, and the rectangle type we select Center Rectangle and assign the center of the rectangle as the origin and define this rectangle by assigning Smart Dimensions. We assign the horizontal length here as 76, the vertical line to have a dimension 76. The origin being at the center of the square will also help us in defining the other features such as the cylindrical boss which comes on top of it, as the center of the circle could be referenced to the origin. We now go to Features toolbar, select Extruded Boss Base, and assign it a height of 38 mm. Say OK. We have sharp edges on the sides of this base. We will round it off by making a change to the sketch. We open up the feature that's added in the Feature Manager design tree, Boss Extrude 1, to have Sketch 1 under it. Right click on it with the mouse and select Edit Sketch. We go to Sketch toolbar and select Sketch Fillet. Pick up one of the corners and assign it to have a fillet radius of 5 mm. Pick up the other 3 corners to have the same fillet radius. Say OK. Accept this. The Feature Manager here, the feature under the design tree needs to be rebuilt, as it mentions here that it's necessary to rebuild the path now with these changes to be applied there. We have the Rebuild under Standard toolbar. We click on it to rebuild the part with the sharp edges rounded off. We now create the cavity from the bottom. So we turn the part. You may select somewhere on the screen, right click on with the mouse and select Rotate View, and then click on the left of the mouse and drag it around. You can also do that by keeping the roller on the mouse pressed while you drag the mouse to look at the bottom surface. Select the bottom surface. We go over Features toolbar and select Shell. We have the shell thickness assigned here as 10 mm. We keep the same. The face is already selected. We check on the preview, show preview, look at the box that gets eliminated. Say OK. We can accept this. And we have got the shell in the base from the bottom. You can rotate it to have a look at it from different sides. Let's go to view orientation, make it isometric, and select the top face to make the sketch for the cylindrical boss. As we select the face, it turns to blue. We go over sketch toolbar, select the circle, drop the center of the circle on the origin. Second click for the radius. We may go normal to this view. Assign it a dimension using Smart Dimension under Sketch toolbar. Pick up the circumference of the circle, giving it a dimension of 64. Accept this. Let's go to isometric view again before we extrude it. Under Features toolbar, Extruded Boss Base. We extend it out by 38 mm and check the box Merge Result to have the two features here as one single body. Say OK. We now add fillets to the sharp edges that appear on the top of the base and at the intersection of the cylindrical boss and the base. We go over Features toolbar, select Fillet, fillet type as constant size fillet, and the items to fillet we assign the face, top face of the base. We assign it a radius of 3 mm. To have all the horizontal edges appearing on the base, to have a fillet of 3, and the bottom of the cylinder to have another fillet of 3 mm radius. Accept this. We now select the top face of the cylindrical boss, making this a sketching plane. We draw a circle using the circle under Sketch toolbar and drop the center anywhere on the screen on this particular plane except the center as the origin. Accept. Let's define it by giving the diameter as 48. You may get it concentric to the existing boss by giving a relation. We go to Sketch, Sketch toolbar. We have Add Relations, and under this we pick up the two entities, the circle that we have just sketched and the circular edge coming from the cylindrical boss. The possible relations that can be added to these two entities are listed here. We pick up Concentric to have it as the same center as the center for the boss. We go over Features toolbar to generate the counter bore by using Extruded Cut. We select the option as blind and then assign a depth here as 12 mm. Say OK. The bottom of the counter bore, we select the face that has been generated, making it a sketch plane. We draw another circle from the sketch toolbar, pick up the circle and then drop a center anywhere on that surface, draw the circle, say OK, assign it a dimension of 30 millimeter radius, make it concentric to the existing circles. So you pick up the add relation from the sketch toolbar. Alternatively, you can pick up the edge of the circle, keeping the control key on the keyboard pressed. You select the second circular edge from the boss, and under Property Manager for the add relation, select Concentric, accept. We now go over Features toolbar, select Extruded Cut, and we assign it an option through all to cut it down all the way to the bottom. Accept. And you may rotate by clicking on the screen. Right click somewhere on the screen and select the option Rotate View. With the left click pressed on the mouse, you may drag it around, look at it from various angles, and make sure that you have the counterbore hole drilled all through into the shell cavity. We now click on Select under Standard toolbar. Under View Orientation, we go over Isometric View and then select the right face of the base. Make this as your sketching plane. Let's go normal to that particular plane. We draw a circle on this face from the sketch toolbar. Select circle, put a center anywhere on the plane there and draw a circle. Say OK. We assign it a diameter of 24 by using Smart Dimension under Sketch toolbar. Pick up the circular edge, drop the dimension, assign it a number 24. Define its center position as 24 from the edge coming from the back face. So we select Smart Dimension under Sketch toolbar, pick up the edge on the right here, pick up the circular edge from the circle and assign it a dimension of 24. This gives the distance between the center of the circle to the edge on the right here. We select the top face of the base, the edge coming from the top face to the center of the circle. So we may pick up the circle that goes all the way to the center, giving it a distance of 24 as well. Accept this. Let's try to make it an isometric view before we extrude. View Orientation, Isometric. We go to Features toolbar and select Extruded Boss Base to extend it out by 10 millimeter and check the box merge result to have all these three bodies as one single body. So the recent selection that we have done merges the boss with the previous bodies. We now add a fillet at the edge appearing between the bottom of this boss and the right face of the base. We go to Fillet under Features toolbar, select Constant Size Fillet, pick up the circular edge and assign it a fillet radius of 3. Accept this by clicking on OK. We drill a hole on the face, on the flat face of the boss. So we select the face as it turns to blue in color. We go to Sketch toolbar and select sketch. We go normal to this plane. We under view orientation, normal to. Select a circle from sketch toolbar. Draw the circle on the face of the boss. Say OK. Assign it a relation of concentricity with the boss by using add relation under sketch toolbar. Assign the circular edge as one entity, the second as the circular edge from the boss. Pick up concentricity as the relation. Say OK. Assign it diameter of 16 using smart dimension from sketch toolbar. Pick up the circular edge, give it a diameter of 16. Let's go over isometric view again before we cut this portion. View orientation, isometric. We go to features toolbar, select Extruded Cut. Would like to cut it until it opens up into the cavity. So we select the option here, up to next. And say OK. And you may rotate the part to have a look at all the features that have been made in this particular housing body. We have some sharp edges on the inner faces of the base. Let us try to add a fillet to those. Let me make it an isometric view. We turn on the hidden lines inside by going over display styles, hidden lines visible, and then select the line, one of the vertical edges that are seen from the cavity inside. You may select the other three vertical edges by keeping the control key pressed on the keyboard. While holding it down, the control key is still pressed, I pick up the horizontal edges and make a selection of about 8 edges. Go to features toolbar, pick up the fillet. We have constant size fillet. We assign it a radius of 3 and accept this. You may change it back to the display style as shaded with edges. Rotate the part to have a look at the fillets that have been made on the inner edges. We go to view orientation and make it isometric view. You can change the color of the part by clicking on the part name in the design tree, feature manager design tree, going over appearance and select appearance. You may pick up a color of your choice. And say OK. You can remove these edges being shown from the ends of the fillet by going over display style, shaded. Let me change the color to going to view orientation, isometric, and you complete the housing body with multiple features in making this housing body. So this completes your tutorial for the housing body.